Alright, welcome to my channel, Spazzed Out. I'm going to grab my handy dandy earbuds here. Oh, take my glasses off, look like a weirdo. Alright, so I am going to be reacting to most disturbing paranormal police encounters caught on camera. Fun fact, I got a broken back, so I am literally going to probably do part 1, part 2. My hair is fried because I can sit in a chair about 7 minutes. After that, I got to stand up for about an hour or something, move around. I'm definitely a mover and not a sitter, so I might have to start doing these while I'm standing up or something. All right, let's see. Please like, subscribe. I got 45 subscribers. Each time I get a new one, I'm happy. It's cool. It is. I think that means 45 people actually watch my stuff. The more I get, that's awesome. And this looks crazy already. So let's go ahead, start this, and see what happens.
Gotta get this on video.
That is crazy.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Right now!
Nope.
Patrolling dark hallways, entering abandoned buildings, responding to calls in the dead of night. For most officers, it's just part of the job, but sometimes they see things no one can explain, as seen in the following video.
Get on the ground!
This terrifying footage was captured by a police officer's body cam. He had been dispatched to a house after a neighbor called in a report. According to her, loud screaming had been coming from inside an abandoned home, screaming that sounded like someone was in desperate need of help.
See, that's why I couldn't be a police officer. I would definitely, in a situation like that, I believe in hauntings. My house is haunted. That has no issue. It's, to me, the real evil is people. But, no.
She didn't dare to go in alone, so she called the police.
Good idea.
When the officer arrived on the scene, this is what his body cam recorded.
Really? Alright.
Police department, anybody in here? Show your hands. Make yourself known.
That made me jump. Oh, no,
Get on the
sir.
ground! Get on the ground! Right now! Trinidad King 1, did you copy that?
He fired his weapon, and just like that, it was
See, and that's why I would have been shooting through the walls.
over. It's unclear what exactly happened next, but this footage is the only piece of evidence that was ever released to the public, and it caused quite a stir. Many viewers believed it was simply too horrific to be real and dismissed it as a hoax.
Right.
However, based on several independent reports, the woman was shot 3 times and died instantly. People who knew her have said she had been struggling with severe mental health issues, and some even believe she may have been possessed. Whatever the truth may be,
I do believe possessions are sometimes misunderstood as mental issues. Because I've dealt with people who had mental issues, and some of them, I swear, they were possessed.
killing encounter is likely something that will haunt the responding officer for the rest of his life.
Yep. Nope.
If you think these are the only cases where police have witnessed paranormal activity, then you haven't seen this one yet, captured by a security guard named Eduardo. Eduardo is a security guard. He was assigned to inspect one of several school buildings under his company's protection. He had worked this job for over 4 years, but there was always something about this particular school that made him uneasy. Every time he stepped inside, a cold chill crept down his spine, almost like
Guys, it looks creepy as hell.
he wasn't alone. And today, once again, he was tasked with checking the school. But this time, he came prepared. Armed with his body cam, he planned to show his colleagues exactly what had been making his rounds so unsettling.
aquí por este pasillo, creo. Estaba diciendo el maestro.
Why did that make me jump?
Yo escuché algo. Después apagamos esta luz. Se supone que ya no hay nadie. Escucha. Eso fue acá.
As he walks through the dim hallways, strange things begin to happen almost immediately. Faint noises echo where there should be silence. Still, he tries to hold himself together, brushing it off as nothing. But deep down he knows he isn't really alone.
Bueno, miren, en esta área es donde supuestamente miran a una niña o han visto a una niña. Tanto maestros como otros trabajadores de aquí del lugar dicen que miran una niña. Uy, güey. ¿Escucharon eso? ¿Escucharon? Entonces... Uy, güey.
With goosebumps covering his skin, he ventures deeper into the school, switching off lights behind him, unaware of what might be lurking in the shadows.
¿Escucharon?
I'd be setting up cameras and everything in that piece.
Eventually, seeing no one, he decides to set up a few cameras in different locations,
Right.
hoping to capture proof of
That's what I would have been doing the whole time. There's like a 2-second delay. That sucks. It looked like one of those foreign films where you're trying to match your voice up to your lips.
what he's been feeling for years. And they do. The footage reveals something he probably wishes he had never seen. One of the cameras positioned in the classroom showed something disturbing.
No,
but if that wasn't terrifying enough, the cafeteria camera records this.
What did it record? What the freak?
A shadowy silhouette of a little girl peeking out from behind the double doors. When Eduardo, the guard, saw this, he admitted that chills ran down his spine.
I bet.
Was it a real person hiding in the school? Or could it have been something truly paranormal caught on camera? Not knowing what to do with the footage, Eduardo uploaded the video to TikTok, hoping someone out there might have an answer. Since then, the comment section has been flooded with speculation. Some believe it's a clever hoax. Others are convinced it's proof the school is haunted. So what do you think?
I don't think it's a hoax. It'd be easy to fake it, but just because it can be fake don't mean everyone you see is. But no.
Could there be a logical explanation for what was caught on film? Or is this school hiding something far more disturbing? You decide.
I decided.
Whether it was a hoax or not. Sometimes you better hope it was, because what this police officer experienced was something far more terrifying. And the worst part? It was all captured on his body cam. He had been called to a home by a family who claimed that something strange, some kind of creature, was hiding in their closet. The officer didn't waste any time and went straight to the location, and this is what he captured.
Okay, so you guys stay out there. I'm just gonna check the closets. Okay. 2314. Be advised, I just got flagged down by a Resident here of a home that I'm in, 3251 North 39th Street, states there is a creature in the closet. I'll be checking it out. Send me another unit code 1.
Yeah.
So today's the day. I've got
No,
my
sir.
RTA mock system and Coyote appliances, and they did tell me it
No,
was only
sir.
going to take a few minutes, and I got to.
No. What the?
Come
No.
out. Do not come out.
As soon as he opened the closet door, the officer was startled by what he saw. A strange, humanoid figure appeared to be
That had to
hiding
be a
inside.
mask.
The officer immediately backed away in fear, clearly shaken by the bizarre sight. When the video was later uploaded to TikTok, the internet exploded with theories. Some viewers insisted it was just a mask or a prank gone too far. Others argued it could be something real, something not meant to be seen.
That's all the video?
Whatever it was, no one had a clear answer. The footage is shaky and fast, but if you pause it just at the right moment, what do you see? Is this a clever hoax or something much darker? To add to the mystery, another police officer commented on the TikTok post.
This could be the creepiest police body cam footage I've ever seen. Having worked in law enforcement for nearly 25 years, I can confirm we see some spooky stuff.
He stated, "As a police officer myself, I can confirm we do encounter things on the job that are creepy and completely unexplainable. So, what do you think? Was this just a prank or proof of something we can't understand?"
Well, if we had the rest of the footage, you know, we'd be able to determine whether it was a mask or someone in the closet or not.
Let me know your thoughts on this one, but also on the next case, captured by a police officer on June 12, 2024. He had been dispatched to investigate a series of strange noises coming from a dense forest nearby. Locals had reported
That's
hearing
always good
loud,
news.
guttural roars echoing through the trees. Some compared it to the sound of a Sasquatch, while others said it didn't resemble.
I'm trying to figure out how the heck you can lay this thing back. What is it? Oh, shit. Alright, that's okay. I'll leave that one up to the professional kids. Freak this chair.
Resemble anything natural. They believed it might be something otherworldly. In response, several officers were sent into the forest. As they made their way through the dark woods, they could occasionally hear the same chilling sound in the distance, deep, powerful, and hard to place. They followed it, each step taking them closer to the unknown. But then, suddenly, silence. They stopped, confused. They exchanged glances, scanning the trees around them. That's when they saw this.
See that thing right there? It's creeping me out.
That's not a cop?
It's got a funny head shape.
Whatever this creature or figure was, the officers
No,
had
sir.
no idea. But what unsettled them most wasn't just what they saw, it was how fast it disappeared. As soon as they tried to move toward it, it sprinted away, vanishing.
Man, one of my kids had some ink on my desk and it went on my face, bro. Alright. God. I'm not editing.
into the trees as if it had never been there. There was nothing they could do.
That's
and to this
crazy.
day, the strange sounds have
I
never
thought it was a
returned.
cop.
But the question still lingers. What exactly did they encounter that day? That will probably remain a mystery forever, and the same can be said about what exactly this next police officer experienced. On a quiet morning, in an otherwise empty parking lot, a police officer was calmly patrolling the area when he was suddenly approached by a strange woman. At first, it seemed like a routine encounter, but that changed in seconds. What was shocking wasn't just how abruptly she appeared, but the overwhelming sense of dread the officer felt.
What is shocking would be her. Like, no, sir, I ain't got time for that. He ain't had my coffee yet. Bing. Like you already told you about to do something stupid.
As she came closer.
Gotta get this on video.
Either to me, sometimes cops overreact or they don't act quick enough for me. That there is like, now, bang. Yay! Yay!
Her eyes were wide, intense, almost otherworldly. Without saying a word, she slowly raised her hand toward the officer in a gesture that sent chills down his spine. She continued moving toward him, quickly, with a sense of purpose that felt unnatural.
Right.
The officer instinctively began to back away, trying to de-escalate the situation and avoid doing anything that could escalate the danger. But in that moment,
Only de-escalating I'm going to be doing is decharging my taser in your ass.
he sensed something was horribly wrong. Realizing she might be preparing to attack, he acted fast.
Right, I'd be thinking she's doing some type of witch spell or something on me.
Drawing his taser and deploying it. The woman collapsed, twitching on the ground, her eyes still fixed on him with that same terrifying stare. When the body cam footage was later posted online, reactions poured in. Some viewers believed she was trying to cast a spell, and that her bizarre behavior was the result of a failed ritual. Others were convinced she was possessed, that something ancient or malevolent had taken hold of her mind. So now, the question remains, was this just a mental health crisis?
Nah, ain't none of my business. She gonna get electrified and gonna figure it out herself without involving me after I decharge my taser. Decharge. Look, I know that ain't the right wording for it, but whatever.
Has gone tragically wrong, or was there something far more sinister at play, something we can't explain? Probably yes, although this officer had
My husband has this new little habit that caught me by surprise. Have you heard of the under-the-tongue salt ritual for men over 50?
had an unsettling encounter.
No, I have not heard under the tongue salt ritual for men over 50, but why the hell is there a toilet in the commercial?
The next one is even creepier. It was all captured by a police officer during what was supposed to be just a routine patrol. He was monitoring an inmate who had been arrested for the brutal physical assault and murder of a young boy. The cell was deep within a dimly lit hallway, quiet, still, and unnerving. But something about this particular night felt different. As the officer passed by the cell, he couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. The inmate seemed agitated, but it wasn't just that. There was someone, or something, else inside.
Wow. Or that little boy he killed coming for your ass. Oh no, that has to be fake. Was he waving at the camera? Like, was he like... Dang. Alright.
Approaching cautiously, the officer peered into the cell. That's when he saw it. A child, standing silently just behind the inmate. The inmate, too, seemed aware, visibly shaken, as if he could feel the chill of a presence that wasn't supposed to be there. But within seconds, the figure vanished. Security was called. The cell was checked from top to bottom. No one else was there. No one had entered. No signs of tampering. And yet, everyone who reviewed the footage saw the same thing.
Damn.
A small, shadowy child standing behind the killer. A wave of dread washed over the officers watching. Some recognized the boy's appearance. The same child the inmate had murdered. Had the victim's spirit returned to confront?
Ooh, I hope he did. I hope he did. Hope he did. Hope he did.
Confront his killer?
I don't know which end the camera's at. I'm just trying. I hope he did.
Was this the manifestation of guilt, a cruel psychological twist, or something far more supernatural? No one could say for sure, but what was clear was this. What happened in that cell shook even the most seasoned officers to their core, and to this day, no one has been able to explain it.
I understand why.
And there are more unexplained mysteries, like this next one, which was captured by the dash cam of a police cruiser. After a long shift, the officers were driving back to the station. Everything seemed normal until they saw something that left them completely stunned.
มันก็ไปปุ๊บพอไปปุ๊บแฟบเนี่ยแล้วแขนมันยาวเห็นป่ะแขนมันยาวมากเลย
เพิ่งเข้าไปเลยอ่ะแต่ว่าไม่มีการเปิดประตูเลย
อ๋อมันเข้าไปในนี้นี่วะใช่แล้วมันก็ไปปุ๊บพอไปปุ๊บแฟบเนี่ยแล้วแขนมันยาวเห็นป่ะแขนมันยาวมากเลย
เพิ่งเข้าไปเลยอ่ะ
Watch closely. A person can be seen running toward the police station. But here's where it gets disturbing. Right in front of the entrance is a tall metal gate, one that's always kept locked.
Dang.
There's no way anyone could just walk through it. And yet, that's exactly what appears to happen. The figure seems to pass straight through the locked gate.
Well, that seems real to me, children. But, of course, you can fake it, but...
As if the metal bars weren't even there. The officers, visibly shaken, reviewed the footage multiple times. But no matter how often they watched it, the result was the same. Someone, or something, had defied the laws of physics right in front of their eyes. So, what do you think this was? A glitch in the camera? A clever illusion? Or something that simply can't be explained?
Sinister!
Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.
Very sinister.
But I'm even more curious what you think of this last and very disturbing one. It started as just another patrol shift, a quiet night, empty roads. 2 police officers were driving through Gettysburg. Yes, that Gettysburg, the old Civil War battlefield.
Cool.
You don't expect much action out here. Maybe a speeding car, maybe a stray deer crossing the road. But this time, it was different. The police officers were rolling past one of the old fields when we spotted something, caught in the headlights between 2 cannons.
Thought I seen something. Oh, hell no.
You see it?
Yeah.
A shadow, just moving across. No sound, no solid form, but it was there, but also gone in seconds. Now, the policeman recalled, "We've seen some strange things on duty, but this stuck with us, because when you're standing in a place soaked in that much history, where the ground itself seems to remember the screams and smoke and
okay, I didn't see all that. Holy crap.
gunfire, you start to wonder, what if we really did see one of them? A soldier still walking the field, still fighting a war that ended over 160 years ago.
Wow.
So what do you think of this? Could it be real or all just an elaborate hoax? You decide. That's all for today, folks. If you want to see more of this creepy content, click on the video on screen.
Alright, well,
This breakthrough cooling.
I will definitely watch more creepy content. And I did make it the whole time, and I'm surprised. And my back is on fire, but it's okay. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment, and deuces.